net control, KD9 RNL, Midwest 151.
151, go ahead.
Yeah, just a quick query. When do you think the squall line or the cells will be coming through eastern Madison? Approximate time.
Currently, they're tracking north-northeast. Let's see how they're transversing. I think they're transversing at about 20 miles an hour or less. So, since they're halfway through the county, I would say probably within the next 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to see Monona, Fitchburg, Town of Burke. They're really on the doorstep. WX9 WIS.
All right, we'll update you if we have any conditions that are reportable. Thanks for the update. KD9 RNL, Midwest 151. Monitoring.
I have not seen any lightning at all. It's just the formation of a long line of, looks like a wall cloud.
Yeah, it could also be a shelf cloud. They can be very confusing in that situation. Might be more to your northeast that I would be. I don't know if you have windows to your northeast. I'm sorry, northwest.
I'm looking south, southwest, and southeast from my vantage point on the 4th floor here. So I'll report anything that I actually see. Okay.
Copy that. I wasn't sure if you could if you could get a point looking to the northwest. WX9 WIS. We are standing by to take any reports, any check-ins. This is a full net status. We are in condition, should be in condition red for Dane County at this time due to a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible. So, WX9 WIS, condition red in Dane, yellow in Iowa, and Rock. WX9 WIS. Probably south and mid, between Mount Horeb and Black Earth, might be the best place to try to observe it. We're watching some potential rotation on this storm, and it is actually turning right a little bit from its northeast direction, cell number E2. So we're keeping an eye on it. WX9 WIS.
Or 184.
Yeah, 184. I think that would be out your west window.
Roger that. It looks like a wall cloud. Yeah, not quite too much rotation on it, but it looks like it's forming.
So you have a wall cloud. It has some rotation or no rotation?
It's still pretty far out from this location, but it doesn't look like it's rotating.
Copy, non-rotating wall cloud.
The National Weather Service in Milwaukee Sullivan has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for central Dane County in south-central Wisconsin until 7:30 p.m. At 6:42 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Verona, moving northeast at 70 miles an hour. Hazard, 60 miles an hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Madison, Sun Prairie, Fitchburg, Middleton, Waunakee, Verona, McFarland, Monona, Mount Horeb, Windsor, Marshall, Cottage Grove, Shorewood Hills, Maple Bluff, Deonsville, East Bristol, Camp Randall Stadium, Pine Bluff, Mount Vernon, and Tilcon Creek. This includes the following location: Wisconsin State Capitol. A tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. for south central and southeastern Wisconsin. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. for south central and southeastern Wisconsin.
Just for information, around about the ASTICO region, there was two brief funnels along Highway 16, but the funnels were outflow dominant, which means not mesocyclonic. So if you do get reports of funnels in the area, they were short-lived, approximately 15-20 seconds. So they were funnels, but from an outflow dominant storm.
Copy that. Thank you for that report, WX9WIS. And just be advised, there was a tornado spotted on 151 southwest of Sun Prairie. Again, we had a report of a tornado spotted on 151 southwest of Sun Prairie, WX9WIS. And be advised that for Dane County, flood advisory is in effect until 10:15. Urban and small stream flooding caused by excessive rainfall is expected for a portion of south central Wisconsin, including Dane County. Low-level flooding, much like what was reported earlier, is possible. This is WX9WIS. Right now, we still have a tornado warning for northeastern Dane County and a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern and northeastern Dane County.
Effect until 5:30 p.m. for north central Sauk County. At 5:12 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Wisconsin Dells, moving east at 55 miles an hour. Hazard, tornado and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted include Reedsburg, Wisconsin Dells, and Lake Delton. People attending Reedsburg Butterfest should seek safe shelter immediately. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. The National Weather Service in Milwaukee has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Columbia County in south central Wisconsin until 6 p.m. At 5:13 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 8 miles north of Wisconsin Dells to 7 miles southwest of West Baraboo, moving northeast at 80 miles an hour. Hazard, 60 miles an hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Portage, Wisconsin Dells, Partyville, and Interstate 90/94 interchange. This includes the following locations: Pine Island State Wildlife Area, Historic Indian Agency House, French Creek Wildlife Area, and Alliant Energy Portage Power Plant. A tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. for south central Wisconsin. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. for south central Wisconsin.
Those spotters who are south and west of it, or south and east, if you can see any debris, please make a report. Otherwise, take cover. This is WX9WIS, tornado warning for Dane County.
This is the Midwest Severe Storm Tracking Response Center, Midwest 107 KC9GQS. The National Weather Service, just as a reminder, at 6:42 p.m., the Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for central Dane County and south central Wisconsin until 7:30 p.m. At 6:42 p.m., severe thunderstorms was located near Verona, moving south east at 70 miles an hour. So they're fast movers. Hazards are, of course, 60 mile an hour wind gust and nickel-sized hail, and that's radar indicated. And locations to be included would be Madison, Sun Prairie, Pittsburgh, Middleton, Wanakee, Verona, McFarland, Monona.
50. Hazard, tornado. Locations include Sun Prairie, Beaver Dam, Windsor, Columbus, Horicon, Juneau, DeForest, Fall River, Houstonburg, Burnett, Reeseville, Clyman, Lowell, East Bristol, Atwater, Danville, South Beaver Dam, etc. Take cover now. Radar indicated tornado. Standing by. Midwest is in condition red in Dane County.
We're bringing everybody an update onto the activities that are affecting the Madison area. No severe weather here in southeast Wisconsin yet, but some interesting developments to the Madison and west area. NWS has now issued a new tornado warning, and this one includes the west central portion of Dane County. That one's in effect until 5 o'clock for a radar-indicated rotation. The warning for Iowa County also is still in effect. That storm will be going through the Hollandale and Barneveld area. This is ironic because Barneveld suffered a devastating EF5 tornado in 1984. The current National Weather Service radar indicates the following. We do have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for western Dane County, western Rock County, and all of Greene County. These storms continue to be holding together and moving in an easterly direction. Another interesting development, the NWS is indicating that there's a possibility here that what they call a wake low pressure system is developing behind this line of storms. And this may trigger some additional strong winds after the main line moves through. The La Crosse National Weather Office has issued a high wind warning because of this situation that may or may not affect us later. This WD9HAS. So right now at 5:13 p.m. here is the current location of the radar signature. Strongest precipitation, strongest winds extend from about the Wanakee area, Madison, McFarland, Stoughton, then into Edgerton, and then down to Janesville, then straight down to Beloit, and then into northern Illinois, including the Rockford area. That's where the heaviest rain is, and out ahead of that and very close to that to be the strongest straight line winds and also the lowest visibility. This WD9HAS will have reporting criteria coming up in a few moments, assuming these things hold together.
WD9HAS, KB9ZLL, new warning has been issued for northern Dodge County and southern Fond du Lac County until 5:45. That is a severe thunderstorm warning now for northern Dodge County and southwestern Fond du Lac County until 5:45. The primary threat here would be 60 mile an hour winds and penny-sized hail. KB9 Zulu Lima Lima.
Thank you, Andy. Yeah, I see it on the screen here. Folks in Fox Lake, Beaver Dam, they're probably going to get nailed with a lot of heavy torrential rain for a short time. We have thunderstorm warnings in southern Wisconsin, but the line, which also extends in northern Illinois, the Chicago office has not issued any warnings. Thus it appears that southern Wisconsin will be getting the strongest winds with this storm. Stand by. In looping the National Weather Service Doppler radar image, the Bull Echo signature continues to hold itself together, but what I am seeing is a slight reduction in intensity in some locations, and the aerial coverage is about the same. Also, we're starting to see a little bit of an east-northeast movement right now. Originally, this Bull Echo signature was traveling west to east, and for southern Wisconsin now, we're starting to see a little bit of east-northeast movement. Again, we're under the warning there for western Jefferson or Jefferson, Waukesha counties. You guys need to be on the lookout there for some of the more damaging straight-line winds. Doppler velocity data. indicating some 66-mile-per-hour winds at about 1,200 feet up, right around the Delavan area, and perhaps some almost 70-mile-an-hour winds around the Edgerton area, around 2,000 feet up. The bigger question is, are some of these strong winds mixing down to the earth, causing straight-line wind damage? This storm also has the potential for embedded tornadoes, but I think that threat is diminishing a little bit. This WD9HAS Skywarn coordinator.
We're going to be talking about severe storms and tornadoes. With me is from Channel 6, Jack Boston, who's a TV6 meteorologist. Hi, Jack.
Well, good evening.
And Skip Voros, who's a volunteer storm spotter. Hi, Skip.
Hi, John. How you doing?
Good. Okay. All right. Since the warm weather is coming up now, and we're probably going to be getting into the more violent storms and more active weather season, right?
No doubt about it.
Since this weather this week, you know, it's...
ARES is an acronym which stands for the Amateur Radio Emergency Services, and basically we are a bunch of ham radio operators who are licensed by the FCC, and in severe weather situations or civic emergencies we're called upon to make our contribution via using communications wireless radios. Right. My primary function is quite simple. When severe weather is present, I am either on the job, at home, in the car. I've got my radio with me, and I just watch the sky looking for something severe.
Okay. People in disasters have their lives shattered in just a few moments. How do they recover? What severe weather precautions can they take? How are their lives changed from severe thunderstorms and tornadoes? Many of us learn to live our lives in an environment that's usually cold, hot, or dry. We're rarely prepared for the more serious weather conditions that can devastate us for a lifetime. In southeastern Wisconsin, the Spotters Networks are members of the amateur radio community. Part of this network are members of the Amateur Radio Emergency Service, known as ARES, that operate on a frequency of 146.67 megahertz in the 2-meter band.
Welcome to West Dallas, Wisconsin World. Hi, I'm Sharon Rhodey, and my co-host Candy Evans. We're here tonight. We're doing another show on weather tonight.
It's exciting.
Isn't it? Yeah. It really is hard, you know, to not be a little bit scared with the last show we just had, tornadoes and stuff, you know, and especially with this new movie Twister coming out now. I said, boy, it makes people a little bit on edge, but that's why we're doing these shows, to make people realize that there are things they can do and that to protect themselves. And we got two special guests on here with us. And John here, just John Anastasi, he's been on my show before. He's done other things with me. Vince Gibbons, he's worked with me. And John's what you would call a spotter?
Yes, amateur radio storm spotter. Volunteer amateur spotter.
Okay, and then we have Skip. I want to get your name right because I'm Voros. I don't want to pronounce it.
Yeah, that's the way it's been so long.
I have a hard time when I get on camera pronouncing names.
It's like stage fright or something.
Yes. And I'll never get over it. But anyway, Skip is an executive director of an organization called MESA.
Milwaukee Area Skywarn Association, we call it MESA for short, and it's a nonprofit corporation that promotes severe weather identification, evaluation, and reporting. Storm spotting in general. I would not advocate chasing storms unless you have a very good education. Some people chase these storms for the glamour of it. It's an adrenaline rush. Some are doing it to get the video to sell it to the TV stations. But in reality, it's very, very dangerous because you don't know what you're expecting to deal with. I mean, some of these storms can turn very dangerously severe in just a few seconds. You could be chasing down the highway in one of these storms and you say, oh, there's a tornado off in the distance, and you're getting some heavy rain. The next thing you know, you're getting hail this big hitting your windshield. If you don't know what to look for or what to expect, you can get killed.
Basically, we've been taking training courses from the National Weather Service at the American Red Cross building once a year. I've been doing that for, 12 years now. And we take our training from them. We go out and when there's a watch box issued, we just grab our radios and we just report to a certain station.
you.